Now on CoastTV News.
Wind farms on hold. The Trump administration stops 5 projects over security concerns, but why one local plan is still moving forward. The future of Millsboro and your voice in it. The town survey that could shape comes next.
We have a set of scattered showers moving our direction. I'll give you the timing of it coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Christina D. Robertus. Our top story tonight, more than a dozen Epstein survivors who've called for transparency released a statement Monday slamming the Justice Department's release of thousands of documents and photos related to investigations into Jeffrey Epstein. But Sherelle Hubbard has details on why some are accusing the Justice Department of breaking the law.
The rollout of the Epstein file has been an absolute disaster.
An attorney for accusers of Jeffrey Epstein is reacting to the Justice Department's release of thousands of documents and pictures related to the investigations into the late sex offender, stating this weekend's Epstein files release was handled poorly. One Epstein accuser says the focus has been taken off the survivors and into the political arena.
I'm definitely disappointed. And I think that what is most upsetting to me is the fact that this has been so highly politicized when it's not a political issue.
Another gripe is that many of the files are heavily redacted. At least one victim claims her name was not.
It is heartbreaking because what we've learned as all of us have talked, like there's a page in there where literally everything is redacted except a survivor's name.
Politicians argue that the fact that the DOJ has not released all of the materials in its possession and only provided a partial release of documents is leaving lawmakers dissatisfied as well.
You know, what we're seeing is a massive cover-up by the White House, working with DOJ.
Thousands of files still aren't public. The Justice Department's release of the Epstein files, mandated by Congress to be completed last week, is still a work in progress. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
And the Justice Department said it made the decision on its own to withhold information in the files under executive branch and legal privileges. Moving on now, the Trump administration says it is halting 5 wind farm projects off the East Coast, citing national security concerns. But not included on the list is the U.S. wind project off of the Delmarva coast. The Interior Department says wind turbines create radar clutter, which can obscure legitimate moving targets and generate false targets. We're not entirely clear why U.S. Wind's project was not part of the announcement. As you know, it has been part of a months-long legal battle as the Trump administration is working to revoke Biden administration approvals for that plan. And in a statement today, a U.S. Wind spokesperson said, quote, "Our region desperately needs the energy that will be produced by U.S. Wind, and we remain committed to delivering it," unquote. Now let's take a live look outside into Ocean City and turn it over to our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening to you, Christina. And we have clouds that are continuing to become a little more bulkier, just building on more in the way of moisture. In Dover, we're at 36 degrees, and we're expecting for it to stay in the 30s. Now, in Dover, I'll bring this up because in Dover, they're watching out for a couple of snowflakes there. I'm not speaking of politicians. I'm speaking of actual precipitation here now. So we're looking at that for the most part, and we're going to see that mainly stay to our north, not in our immediate area. 28 degrees for us right now in Long Neck, 26 in Dagsboro, 27 in Gumboro and Delmar, and we're at 29 in Redden. So the cold is now getting back in play for the late night hours. Now we've had a little bit of precipitation begin to make its way through, but here's a look at the changing over from liquid precipitation to frozen precipitation as it goes towards the Dover area. So bracing for a couple of snowflakes there. But also we have the wind still staying pretty active. Coming up, we'll talk about a little rain that's going to begin to shift in our direction. Till then, back to you, Christina.
Thanks, Paul. Well, one Sussex County town is asking neighbors to weigh in on its future. Millsboro launching a town-wide survey looking for feedback on growth, traffic, and overall quality of life. Town leaders say the survey will help guide future planning decisions. And some people we spoke with today say traffic, especially trucks moving through Main Street, remains a concern, even with the new bypass in place. Others point to new businesses and restaurants as signs of progress.
There are a lot of new businesses that are popping up, a lot of revitalized businesses that are popping up in the downtown area. And I think, some awareness of that would go a long way.
So the survey is expected to be mailed out in the coming weeks, and town officials say everyone in Millsboro is encouraged to participate. On your screen now is Route 24. It's one of the roads DelDOT is considering making wider. People who live there have long complained about traffic near the beaches. And now, as Emma Aiken shows us, DelDOT is debating several projects to improve traffic flow on Route 16, 9, and 24.
Traffic in Sussex County. DelDOT is studying how to ease this congestion, suggesting multiple projects to improve Route 9, Route 16, and Route 24. Local Bill Osowski says almost everyone he knows worries about the packed roads.
My heart doctor says I get a better chance of being killed on Route 1 than having a heart attack.
And he says it's not much better on the east to west routes like 9, 16, and 24 that get you out to Route 1 and to the beaches. He says DelDOT's proposal to widen some of the roads will help.
They have to widen these roads or overpass some locations. They're putting circles in, but the circles aren't doing their job.
DelDOT recently presented several improvement options, including widening Route 24, adding a bypass around Milton's Main Street on Route 16, and either widening Route 9 or building a new connector road to divert traffic. John Sparacino says the best solution would be to just stop building.
If you're talking in the mid-2030s here and there, the developments, the houses will be built before they address the roads, and that's the problem.
For now, DelDOT is looking for a way to bypass the traffic problems without going around in circles.
That was Emma Aiken reporting there. Now, to be clear, DelDOT says all the improvement plans are just preliminary right now, and that public feedback will help shape which solutions actually move forward. In Milton, DelDOT is extending work on one of their sites tomorrow. In light of warmer temperatures, Route 1 from Deep Branch Road to Route 16 will see an extra day of work. DelDOT says this is taking place from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. and those driving in the area should expect some minor delays. Vacant seats in the Delaware General Assembly could be filled differently under a new proposal. House Bill 183 was recently introduced to add primary elections to special elections, giving voters a say in who appears on the ballot. Currently, party committees choose candidates internally. Supporters say the change would boost transparency, but critics are warning it could add costs and delays, potentially leaving districts without representation for longer.
I think it's just really important for transparency and for democracy to occur. I really do. I think that's what it speaks to. General folks looking to add an election want to understand the transparency of the process and the ability for them to choose.
I'm concerned about the cost. I'm also concerned about the delay, and that if it is a special election type of situation occurring in the middle of a session, that you could have a district that essentially has no representation for over 2 months.
Under the proposal, the state election commissioner would set a special primary and general election within 5 days of a vacancy. The bill also outlines how to handle vacancies in regular election years, and the bill has now been sent to committee. In Maryland, state employees there got an early Christmas gift. As of today, state agencies and offices will be closed on Wednesday, December 24th. According to the state, Christmas Eve will be treated like any other holiday. On December 26th, liberal leave will be in effect for state employees, meaning employees can take the day off with approval and not be penalized. State offices will be closed also on Christmas Day. Families in one city in Somerset County got some help with groceries before the holidays. The Maryland Food Bank's mobile market set up in Crisfield today, bringing pantry staples straight to the community. People waiting in line told us grocery prices are too high, and for some, getting to an affordable store is not so easy. Organizers say the goal is to fill gaps in areas without nearby pantries and make the experience welcoming.
The whole point is to kind of break down the stigma of using a pantry. As you can see, I might have some holiday lights around here. So we make it so it's fun, we make it so it's inviting, we make it so that it's less of a burden for somebody to come and get food.
Ferguson tells us the mobile market rotates across the Eastern Shore each month, and he says they often see new faces at every stop, a sign that the need is still growing. And we are just getting started. There's more news ahead tonight. Coming up, flood funding on hold in Dewey Beach, but why people in town say the project is still important. And coming up, Paul Williams is in our Coast TV First Alert Weather Center. He has your full forecast right after this.
I think I should make this one disqualifying statement before I begin, talking about how warm it's going to become. The cold weather is still back on the block tonight, okay? I've been outside. Yeah, it's still in full effect as we speak, but we are going to get progressively warmer and wetter because we have a chance of scattered showers beginning to move into the area as early as Tuesday morning. So in Lewis right now, we are below freezing, and it feels it. Believe me, even though the winds are calm for us right now in Lewis, it's not like that everywhere. Now, we are watching out for a couple of snowflakes possibly falling our way by the time we get to the midnight hour. But overall, we're still plenty cold. We're plenty dry for most areas. 31 degrees right now in Milton. We're at 29 in Millsboro, 26 in Dagsboro, 27 in Ocean Pines, 28 degrees in Delmar, as well as Gumboro. Now, as far as the change from where we are now versus 24 hours ago, well, over in Cambridge, we're 4 degrees warmer, but started getting colder there before everywhere else. We are 7 degrees cooler in Ocean City, and we're not picking up precipitation in our immediate area, although we do have the wind still very active right now, making it feel very, just a cutting wind along the beaches for right now with our small craft advisory. Now remember, that small craft advisory is highlighting 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We have that same concern over here towards Castle Haven, Thomas, as well as St. Michael's. Now, as I widen the view here, what you'll notice is that we're starting to see that green and the white that you see there. That's actually precipitation. It's not cloud cover. That's precipitation in the form of snow showers, well, flurries. That's moving up towards Chestertown, up towards Dover, and way to our north. And I don't see our opportunity for that to be a significant development for us. Pardon me. High pressure is still in control of our weather, but barely hanging on. It's sliding off the map, so to speak. And so we have the winds out of the southwest. So for Tuesday, we are going to be too warm for us to be concerned about snow or flurries, but we will have some rain. Morning showers, actually. Winds out of the south. That's also going to keep us above that threshold, up to averaging about 20 miles per hour, so still kind of breezy. 50s across the board for just about everywhere throughout all of Sussex. Pretty uniform because it's going to be gray all day long. So we're going to have little to no sunshine, so we're not going to have much variation in the temperatures from place to place. 5 o'clock in the morning, we're looking at rain in Millsboro. We may get a touch of a flurry or two near Selbyville, but I wouldn't bank on it. Now this, I'll place a solid bet on. By mid-morning, everybody's going to be in the 40s, and we'll have widespread moderate to light showers everywhere, but then it'll vamoose as early as 3 o'clock, but it'll still stay very cloudy. Wednesday's a totally different animal. We start off in the 40s with lots of sunshine, clear skies for Wednesday afternoon. Not quite as warm because we're only going to reach the upper 40s by then. Our chances of rain, we'll have a chance of scattered showers on Tuesday, depressed for us on Wednesday and Thursday, but really Friday, it elevates to a likely chance, and this is the reason why you see widespread scattered showers moving throughout our Friday evening until we go to early Saturday morning. Finally, here's a look at the extended forecast. We are warming up for Christmas, but clouding up as well.
All right, thanks, Paul. Looks like we're doing okay here, but people in parts of California bracing for heavy flooding over the holidays. At least one person so far has already been killed amid flash flooding near Sacramento, and that's according to the city's mayor. On Sunday, heavy rain flooded roadways there. Severe weather also left more than 1,000 customers without power in California's Sierra County Sunday. The National Weather Service expecting up to 5 inches of rain across the northern Sierra today and on Tuesday. And back here at home, this is what Reed Avenue in Dewey Beach looked like on Friday. The street is notorious for flooding. The town was all set on a pump project that the state of Delaware approved a $1 million grant for last year. It would be to prevent sitting water like you just saw there. But now, according to town manager Bill Zolper, that $1 million is being withheld, and the project is essentially on pause now.
The town of Dewey signed all the agreements with the Army Corps, and the Army Corps was working on a pump design when I got the news that the money was being withheld.
Now, Zolper claims the Army Corps of Engineers denied to put anything in writing or show up to a Dewey Beach Town Council meeting explaining why those funds are being withheld. The Army Corps of Engineers did not respond to our request for comment today. Coming up next, the do's and don'ts for holiday travel, how to make your trip as smooth as possible when airports and roads are packed with fellow travelers.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
Some good news for drivers tonight. They're getting a little more relief at the gas pump. A new Lundberg survey shows gas prices continuing to fall nationwide. The national average price for a regular gas that dropped 9 cents over the past 2 weeks to $2.99 a gallon, and that's down nearly 17 cents over the past months. It's the lowest price since April of 2021 and 13 cents cheaper than a year ago. The Delaware Office of Highway Safety is bringing back the Sober Rides program for New Year's Eve. The Don't Drop the Ball campaign, it means you can get a $20 voucher for Lyft or Uber. The vouchers are redeemable from 5 p.m. on New Year's Eve to 3 a.m. New Year's Day. Delawareans can visit mysoberrides.com to get those vouchers. And speaking of, the holiday travel rush is well underway. AAA estimating a record number of people will travel between now and the end of the year. TSA is warning passengers to expect long lines at airports, but there are some tips and tricks that can make your trip a bit smoother. Tonight, Jen Sullivan has the do's and don'ts for traveling this holiday season.
For many Americans, 'tis the season to travel, and AAA is expecting more than 122 million people to travel 50 miles or more between now and January 1st.
We're projecting another record.
AAA spokesperson Aixa Diaz says the busiest days to travel are the days leading up to Christmas. So, when should you head out?
The holiday itself is always the best day to travel.
You can expect busy airports, but there are some tricks to making your trip a bit less bumpy. Travel experts recommend TSA PreCheck. It costs around $85 and it's good for 5 years. Right now, a second person in your family gets $15 off if you enroll together before the end of the year.
Even if the line looks long in PreCheck, it moves so much faster because you don't have to take things out of your bag. You go through a metal detector instead of that scanner.
Travel expert Brian Kelly says digital verification platform Clear will also get you through security lines faster. The cost is $209 a year. Clear also offers a concierge service at airports that will help you check your luggage. That starts at $99. But TSA has a program that offers free assistance to all eligible passengers. Seniors over 75, people with disabilities, even parents traveling with young kids can sign up. It's called TSA Cares. Fill out the form online, or if your flight is within 72 hours, call the number on your screen and they'll help you through security. Here's what Kelly recommends not to do when traveling. Don't buy basic economy seats. You could get hit with hidden fees later.
Cheap can be expensive.
He also recommends not parking at the airport. Instead, use the app Spot Hero to find much cheaper options that are still very close to the airports. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Powerball players, it's time to check your tickets. You might still have a chance at that $1 billion jackpot. No ticket was matching all 6 numbers in Saturday's drawing. Tonight's numbers were 3, 18, 36, 41, 54, and Powerball 7. At an estimated $1.6 billion, it is the largest Powerball, the 4th largest Powerball in history, and the 5th largest among U.S. lottery jackpots. Coming up in sports tonight, a Delaware-Maryland battle between Appoquinimink and Elkton. We'll show you the highlights right after the break. And coming up, packages piling up. We hear directly from a mail carrier on the busiest week of the year for the U.S. Postal Service.
Here's a look at your Bay forecast. We're going to have some scattered showers for Tuesday morning up to about mid-morning, then it'll cut off. 50s on Wednesday with some sunshine and very cloudy, but still a little mild considering it's going to be Christmas Day.
Well, it is officially the busiest week of the year for the United States Postal Service as they work to get all of your packages delivered before Christmas Day. Julia LeBlanc shows us what that process looks like for our mail carriers.
From the mailroom to her truck, Melissa Perez is twice as busy as she usually is this week.
I normally do maybe 60 packages. Today I have 125.
And Perez isn't alone. Postal workers have prepped for this week all year long.
This year we've added 14,000 seasonal employees to our roster. We have a modernized infrastructure. We've been doing that over the last 10 years. We've added 614 new machines just this year alone nationwide.
And while it may seem like a lot, people like Perez welcome the boost in business.
Yes, it's hectic because of the holiday season, but we organize ourselves good enough that we get everything out to the customers in a timely manner. We're a team, we help each other, we're like a big family. Congratulations, this is the 9 billionth delivery of the holiday season.
This is one business that our letter carrier has a good relationship with. We've wrapped a little gift for them, some chocolates, some stamps, and we hope they enjoy it.
A celebration to say thanks during the giving season.
Yeah, it feels very special. The customers treat us well. They come out, they wish us Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. So it's nice. I love the job. Yeah, I love what I do.
Working overtime to keep the holiday spirit on schedule.
You could still get your Party Mail Express, and we'll make the magic happen.
We're out here until we finish every package.
We're going to check on our CoastTV poll now. We're asking today, how is your holiday shopping going? Let's look at the results. It looks like so far, wow, good job, everyone. 61% are all done already. 11% almost done. 25% not doing it. Bah humbug. Fair enough. Thanks for answering. You can head to our website, coasttv.com, if you want to share how your holiday shopping is going.
It's Christmas time, which means the Bless Our Children campaign is in full swing. You can see our tree here is getting full, but there's still room for more, from cards and donations that go to make sure every child has a present to open Christmas morning. I have a card from one of those donors. It says, "Believe in the Miracle." And this card is from Linda Edler in Lewis, Delaware, who says, "I pray this gift will put a smile on a child's face and give them blessings all year through." Thank you so much, Linda, for your card and your donation. Businesses can help by accepting the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000. And if you want to help, send a donation in a holiday card, and we may just read it on the air. Send a check or money order to the address on your screen or donate online at blessourchildren.org.
We have already raised more than $327,000 to help children and families this holiday season. Again, a big thank you to anyone who has donated. And with the holiday season, means it's time to check on a holiday house tonight. We love seeing all of your decorations. Tonight we have a picture from Susie Lewis, and all of her ducks are wearing Santa hats. I love it so much. That's a lot of ducks. Thanks, Susie, for sharing. And you can share your decorations as well. Just go to coasttv.com/holidayhouse. You can do photos or videos, and we might show them right here on TV.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studio.
The highly anticipated Governor's Challenge doesn't start until Friday, but some local teams are still getting in some pre-holiday hoops. Let's check out some highlights. Up in Middletown, Delaware, it's Appoquinimink and Elkton ready to go at it in an interstate battle, and the Golden Elks started off hot. That's Nalia Corsi knocking down a deep three-pointer in rhythm. Then it was back and forth early on. Sophia Ramos nails a floater for the Lady Jaguars the other way. They build up a bit of a lead, but Elkton goes to Corsi again, and for good reason. That bucket pulls the Elks within 2. Jags up 10-8 after 1. Warren Catania builds Appo's lead back up again. 3-ball is good, and the Lady Jaguars really figured out their offense in the second quarter. Check around this wraparound pass from Ramos to Jaslyn Dawkins. That Appo lead keeps growing. One more bucket for the Jags. That's Mackenzie Bingham. Her team is up 24-16 at halftime. Bingham kept her foot on the gas. Fancy with the Euro step. That's too easy. Jaguars are pulling away. Now Ramos gets a pass from Bingham, and Appo just loves this fast break. I mean, Jaguars fast, that does make some sense. And one more time for good measure, Catania comes up with a steal and a score. Appoquiniming 44, Elkton 34 is your final score, and that'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Now you're looking live outside into Lewis. A nice night on the canal. We have one more check on your forecast after this.
Well, the chill in the air you're feeling right now, that's a real thing. It's going to stick around for tonight going into tomorrow, but we are bracing for a chance of scattered showers, so be mindful of that. Ocean City, we're at 37 degrees. We'll drop to 33 with increasing cloud cover for the rest of the night. So keeping that in mind, we're looking pretty clear for right now, but we are seeing a little bit of rain starting to make its way towards us. We have an active small craft advisory in effect on both sides of the peninsula, and that what you see dancing on the screen right there, that's rain changing over to a couple of snow flurries or two, okay? But it won't reach us. Ann Bento of Milford, congratulations. You're our umbrella giveaway winner, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. We update it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead, Mandalis, and Federico. Now we're looking at, be sure you call 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Now, we are calling for a chance of scattered showers for Tuesday morning going into the mid-morning hours, but a high of about 47 degrees, which is slightly below the norm. Then we start climbing above the norm for this time of year. By the time we get to Christmas, 52 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Then the first day of Kwanzaa, we'll have some scattered showers kicking in then. Look at that day on Monday. Really cold by then, Christina.
Christmas is like the one day that I want it to be cold, but I guess you can't always get what you want. Thank you so much for joining us for Coast TV News at 11. You can always find more news and weather on our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon's up next, and we're back tomorrow at 5 a.m. Have a good night.